Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Tawana with Tawana's Talking Tips powered by Make Me Over Styles. In this video today, we are going to discuss just some general business tips, and I will share with you how I scaled my business in 9 months to produce the revenue of both of my businesses combined, okay? If you have not had a chance to subscribe to this channel, go ahead and do so right now. You know my goal is to have 1,000 subscribers in the year 2021 and to put 100 women in the wholesale business. All right, so stay tuned. I'll be right back. Did you subscribe? I'll wait. So welcome back. So I'm going to jump right into it. If you're just now tuned into this video, I'm Tawana with Tawana's Talking Tips, Make Me Over Styles, and Tawana's Yoni and Ting. So if you have not had a chance to subscribe to this channel, I certainly appreciate it. And thank you for you guys that have subscribed thus far. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how I scaled my business in basically 9 months to actually supersede both of my businesses combined. So let's just start with numbers. I opened up my brick and mortar business in 2011. And so for those of you that know me personally, if you like live near me, you know my Make Me Over Barber and Style business started in 2011. Okay. So from 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15. So for 4 years, I still worked a full-time job, not a part-time job. So there were a lot of things that I feel like I could have accomplished. I feel like I could have scaled this and done this years ago. But in my mind, I still felt like I had to have an anchor. And what I mean by anchor, I still felt like that I still had to work. Like I still had to have like something guaranteed, right? And I say that because I'm talking to somebody because they're doing just that. And I don't want to discourage you. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just telling you my story. So hang in there. Okay, so from that point on, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 independent contractors. So that would mean barbers, that would mean braiders, that would mean people that worked alongside of me, you know, plus myself. I'm a loctician myself. And things went, you know, fairly well, things went fairly well for years. And so let's fast forward to 2015. In 2015, I decided to add another business in the inside of my barber and style shop. And many of you know that I own Tawana's Mobile Notary and Business Services, okay? So both of these things, they did very well. And so I still continue to work, okay? So, running the Make Me Over Barber and Style and the mobile notary business, I still continue to work. Now, I worked in marketing and sales. So for my notary business, that actually helped me gain clients. So that was a method, to my madness, okay? So while these things are going on and everything is going well, I'm just the type person that I always like to add a stream of income every year. So in 2016, I decided that I was going to add hair, like wholesale hair, to the Make Me Over business. And it did well too. In fact, it did a lot better than I thought it would have done. So let me rewind for a second. I met a woman by the name of Chanel in 2011. She actually came to my grand opening, which was in March of 2012. And little did I know that day that she will become who she is today. So Chanel today, currently in 2021, is the CEO of Beyond the Book Media, which is a publishing company that has put about 1,000 authors, they've written their own books, right? And she is a serial 6-figure earner. So not only does she own multiple businesses, these businesses earn 6 figures. And I'm not even going to say a year. I'm saying these things probably hitting 6 figures. And I don't know her business. So Chanel, if you're looking at me, look, I'm going somewhere with this. Okay, so Chanel, I contacted her. And at that time, I knew she was a brand strategist. And she probably still is now, right? But at that point, I just kind of, for my business owners like that have been doing this a long time, because I've been doing it a long time. Let's be honest about it. We do have those burnout periods. Like we do have those times where we're thinking, I'm tired. I've run out of ideas. Am I doing everything I can do? There's just a lot of things. And so this is what happened to me in 2016. But Chanel and I remain friends on Facebook. She actually, like I said, she physically came to my my grand opening for my barber and style shop. And so it's just so cool to see her name in Forbes magazine. It's just so cool to see, you know, her progress. Shout out to you, girl. Congratulations. So anyway, I remember before 2016, before I contacted her and her husband made a decision that she would be a stay-at-home mom. And the startup company she would do from home, and she would not work for anyone, even though she has a master's degree, or probably something even higher than that in engineering or computer. I forgot, like something like, look here, honey, I couldn't even do an intern in there. You got that? So anyway, the type of money that she could potentially earn working for someone, the average person would never believe in themselves enough to go home and be a housewife and raise the babies and do startup companies out of your home. But she did it. So I always watched her. Like I always watched, you know, her. She always encouraged me. So let me stop right here for a second. When we're doing business, when people inspire you, open your mouth up and you tell them you appreciate them. Okay? You're not too good for that. All right? I don't care how much money you're making. I don't care how you've seen yourself grow. You did not get there on your own. Let's be honest about it. And so it's time for us to open our mouths and tell those people that looked out for us, or tell those people that believed in us. It's time for us to tell them we appreciate them. Okay? I always talk about Jackie too, and I may get on Jackie here in a second, but anyway, I'm talking about Chanel now. Okay, so anyway, let's get back to 2016. I contacted her, and it took her a few days to even reply back. And at that time, I thought, okay, I know she's really busy. And I don't know if she was pregnant at that time. I don't know, but I know she was juggling a lot. And I'm thinking, if she can do that, my God, I don't have an excuse, right? She's got 4 babies under the age of 10. How the hell can she pull this off? So anyway, a few days later, she reached back out. She reached out to me. And so I was telling her just basically what I'm telling you, that, you know, I felt like I was getting burnt out. I knew that it was more, like it is more. It's something more that I can do. And I know it, and it won't go away, and it's weighing on me. And I just need a brand strategist, okay? Somebody needs to know it's okay, and you have to invest in yourself. Somebody needs to know that investing in yourself is not cheap. Somebody needs to know that you don't know everything, and that's why other people are experts at certain things. And so I say that because there's some things that I am not an expert at, but I know how to do it. But I do know, say for example, so-and-so is a master at it. Well, for me, at this point in my life, it profits me more to invest in that person than to try to do or be perfect in that field by myself. Because first of all, investing in that person makes me feel better. Fancy cars, fancy houses, and that don't make me feel better. The open air, seeing new things, and investing in people, I've learned that that's what makes me happy. So, you know, back to this. It's important for me to invest in someone else. Not only are they an expert at something that I don't know, but they also have a network that I don't have a clue about, right? So for example, the investment money. And I think at that time, I think it was about $300 or $400. I don't remember. I don't remember, because like I said, it was 2016, so I don't remember. I know it was 300, a little bit more than 300. I don't remember. But anyway, we got on the phone after she replied back to my message. She and I stayed on the phone for about 20 minutes. We ended up setting up a brand strategy session. Okay, the strategy session was going to be about 2 weeks because she just had so many people that she had already had scheduled, right? And if I'm not mistaken, she may have even cut me a deal just because she knew me, okay? So I'm just telling you what type of brand strategies I had, right? And I'm forever grateful. Hang in here with me. This is a juicy story. I'm going to tell you the rest in just a second. Okay, y'all, so I'm back. All right, so we schedule it, and fast forward, it's 2 weeks later, and we get on the phone, okay? Even I don't think it was Zoom at that time. I forgot what it was. The platform that let us see face-to-face, each other face-to-face. Anyway, y'all, I don't know if it was just the devil or something in the water. Today, I think it was just the devil being a hater, right? But anyway, it would not connect. It would not connect on her end or my end. So it was just kind of weird. So anyway, I think she just kind of felt bad as a professional. Like, oh my God, she paid for this session. So like she and I could see each other and I can't even get this thing connected. Well, that didn't bother me a bit. I'm not hard to get along with. Look, at the end of the day, the grit of what we needed to do was actually get this strategy session started. Whether I seen her on the phone or whatever, and that's what I was there for. So keep in mind, we're talking about hair. We're talking about hair wholesale, right? So anyway, she gets to talking to me, and she's telling me some good stuff, y'all. And so she asked me just straight up. She was like, okay, so let's get a timeline. Y'all, a timeline is important. Reaching a goal is important. We're not throwing these things out there in the air and just hoping that they stick. It has to be a goal put in place. It has to be a timeline. So she asked me what was my timeline. I said, well, you know, at that time in 2016, I said a year. I wouldn't even tell anybody that today. I don't, even for my wholesalers, maybe I've got a wholesaler looking at me right now, and you buy your supply from me. You know, I don't play about 6 months. When I tell you we're going to get started, I'm looking for 30-day results. I'm looking for you to reach out. In 30 days, I'm looking for you to tell me a number that you reached in that time, not a year. But anyway, y'all see, you learn something every day, right? And so anyway, I told her, I said, in a year, I just want to make $20,000 selling hair. Now, hold on. Keep this in mind. I told you, I still work full time. I still own my barber and style, and I still own the mobile notary business, right? So for the $20,000, for those of you that are looking at me thinking, oh, $20,000 ain't a lot of money. Well, that was going to be in addition to my income. But for those of you that are looking at me and you're thinking, oh, $20,000 is, yeah, that's some good, decent money, right? Look, I feel both of y'all, okay? I feel it all, right? Because even that day when I told her 20,000, because she told me, she said, no, I want you to tell me a number that you want to reach, not what you think you can do. I want you to say it out of your mouth. Somebody got to get it out your mouth. What is it that you want to do? You got to get it out your mouth. Don't be afraid. In fact, I want you to be afraid. I want you to throw out a goal. I want you to put out a number that will scare you. That's when it gets fun, okay? So anyway, I tell her $20,000. And in about the middle of this conversation, I started noticing that basically she's telling me everything I already know, right? And so I continue to let her talk. And at this point, we're getting back to the end of the conversation. Now, keep in mind, Chanel knows what I do. She knows that I do pretty decent myself. Like, she follows me on all my social media platforms or whatever. She and I watch each other, right? So it was kind of like she was, I don't know. It was kind of like she was popping me on the hand. Like, I don't even know why I got to tell you this. It's like, you know this, right? Like, I just need to light a fire up under your ass, basically. So at the end of the conversation, she and I laughed, and she basically made that $20,000 sound like 20 cents. I'm just going to be for real with you. So when I got off the phone with her or whatever, I'm not going to say it made me feel some type of way, but I can tell you what I know for sure it made me feel like. That $20,000 was obtainable. Somebody had done it, and she does it effortlessly. And today, if you look her name up, I ain't kidding you. Look, I have friends like that close to me, serious deal, This girl name's been in I read about this girl in magazines, and I know her like that, her number's in my phone. But anyway, y'all. So 2016, I did decent. I don't know if I hit the number 20,000. I know I hit probably a little bit shy under that. I know I didn't hit 20, not with the hair. I do know that it was my own fault. I do know that I could have easily made it. But for me, I have to be honest about me. In the last video, we talked about challenges, things that you have to be honest with yourself about. Sometimes I am flighty. Like sometimes I'll just think, okay, well, I made what I want to make over there, so I can just kind of take a break or whatever, you know. So anyway, y'all, let's fast forward to 2019. Okay, so in 2019, you know, like we're getting hit. We're about to get hit. We're hearing about this coronavirus. It's coming slowly but surely. Like it's about to go down. I'm not going to get really deep off into that because I always talk about it in my videos or whatever. But anyway, you know that I started my Yoni business in March of 2020. Okay, so the Yoni business is still a business that's under Make Me Over Barber and Style. So it's mmosfashionstyles.com. That's where the Yoni wholesale products and wholesale products are available for sale. But anyway, the reason and the only reason that I even had time to fool with this business or even put as much time as I did into it is because my business got shut down. Okay? Barber, style, nails, estheticians, anybody. We had to lock the door. Okay? So I started with a Yoni pop. Just a Yoni pop. And if you want to know more about that, there's some videos that you can click on and I'll tell you, I'll explain all about that in that video. So go back and watch it. I've explained about that, I'm sorry. But anyway, so from March until August, I think. So March, April, May, June, July, August. Let's just go September because that'll be 6 months. Or we can go back February because that's actually when I built the website. And I actually made the video about the Yoni pop, which you can go back and you'll see that video has about 7,000 views on here. So that's how it all started. All right. So back to Chanel. Even though she and I had that conversation in 2016, just off that investment alone, okay? I told you I spent about 300, a little bit over 300 or whatever, I don't remember. Anyway, I applied exactly what she said in 2016 in that strategy. I applied that in 2020, okay? The difference is I had time. My business was shut down. My job was shut down. I had time. So you know that song, I got time today. Oh, I had time that day. You hear me? Okay. So anyway, y'all, in 6 months, so we can count February until, yeah, September, something like that. So I was able to scale my business 6 figures. So that means that I was able to make the same revenue that I made in both of my businesses double in less time. I know that was a lot to say, right? Anyway, you can rewind it. But let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you the difference in what I learned. First of all, it was one of those situations where it's like you're out here by yourself. It's do or die. The reason I say this is because even though I had a YouTube channel at that time, I did not actively get on here. And if I did, I wasn't talking about this type of stuff. I was talking about maybe the notary business, or maybe I was showing you videos of me maybe doing locks or, you know, weaves, things that I just do, right? But I never ever like really focused and just told you about business. And I'm actually sharing these things with you because I want you to get through here a little bit easier, right? Like I don't want you to have to go through what I did. And I just think each one should teach one. And I always want to be one of those transparent people. I don't want to sit over here and make you believe that it's so easy. I don't want to sit on here and make you believe that, oh, anybody can do it, which anybody can. But what I don't want to do is be one of those people that always like to show these things and, oh, look at me, and oh, look at all my followers and look at me. But I don't explain, you know, what can happen, how these things happen, some of the things to look out for, or situations that you're going to, you know, run into along the way. I like to be transparent. I like to tell you the good and the bad, okay? So anyway, I applied what Chanel told me in 2016. And so, like I said, the difference was I had time. Second of all, I knew that this was a whole new startup. The Yoni business was a whole new startup. So I wouldn't be able to count on those supporters from my barber and style shop. I wouldn't be able to depend on those supporters, family, and friends. First of all, it's new to them. They don't even know what it is. Second of all, I'm selling a product that you stick in your hoo-ha, right? So it's one of those things where, look, I was even skeptical. And, you know, it's one of those things that people don't normally hear me talk about. They know that I am a stylist, or the shop is open and we can go in the barbershop and chit chat, or, you know, I need her to notarize my papers or whatever, but they don't know me for that. So I felt like I was just out there in the blind. Somebody needs to hear this. Sometimes that's the best place you need to be. You need to know that I can't depend on anybody but myself. So I went ahead and got back active on my Instagram. I got serious about my Instagram. I stopped posting pictures of me and my family and just random things. It's business. Actually, it was not a business Instagram at first. I changed it into that. Again, I'm going back on these same strategies that Chanel taught me in 2016, except I'm being intentional about it. I'm being serious about it at this point. And so after I did that, I just started to see the numbers climb, okay? Now, these are not sales from friends and family. I'm constantly promoting. I'm still promoting my products, whether I get a sale or not, whether I got a like or not. What I did know is that I had to be consistent. I did know that I had to go and stick by the script that she gave me, right? So I can't even say there was a day that I got discouraged. I have to be honest with you and tell you that. If you know me, then you know, like, I'm a pretty cocky girl when it comes to that. I'm sweet as I can be. But when it comes to me telling you that I can do something, or I'm going to do something, that's just me. My husband laughs at me all the time because some of the things I say, I know in his mind, he's like, how in the world are you going to do that? Or I know he's looking at what's around us like, there ain't no way that can happen. And so even here recently in the last month, I'm just going to say the Most High made a move for us that it couldn't have been Tawana. It's no way. But Tawana said this. I told him that. I told him that a couple of years ago. I was like, watch this. And I know that day, it was a lot for me to say that day, right? So I can't only imagine what he thought. But a couple of weeks ago, I pulled off just what I said. So I'm the type person, I don't have to be qualified. I don't have to have all those fancy degrees. I don't need any of that. If I tell you I'm going to do it, you can stand on it. You can bank on it. It's going to go down. Okay, so anyway, like I said, this is 2021. So the business has physically been in business. In February, it will be, it's over a year. So we're about at a year and 6 months, maybe, I believe. But anywho, from that point to today, with just following the script, not depending on my family and friends, not getting discouraged. I didn't compare my business to yours. I didn't look at the packages that's being shipped out on somebody else's Instagram. I knew without a shadow of doubt God had me. I didn't worry about, am I going to get a sale today? I did the work. I did the work. Okay? Speaking of work, there is somebody looking at me right now. The reason that you found me and the way I became your wholesaler is because I did the work. And you found me on Instagram, didn't you? You found me on YouTube, didn't you? I didn't know you from a hole in the wall. I had no idea we connect. I had no idea. But you found me right here. And I appreciate that because I put in the work. I was intentional about doing the work. Okay? So from February of 2020 till January, I believe, of this year, I have sold 14,000 Yoni pops, but it gets sweeter. So in business, you always want to accomplish more and more and more. I've learned this. When you do business and you do it well, then look, don't get me wrong, we have to have money to survive, right? But that's not what I get up every day chasing. I promise you, I don't. I like setting a goal and reaching it. Like I like to challenge myself and say, hey, I'm gonna do that, and I did it, right? So that's what makes me happy today. I can tell you this, when you do it the way I'm telling you to do it, the money's just gonna come. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, okay? And if you do it right, then your overall happiness overrides that money any day, okay? I'm not a slave to the money. I'm a slave to my clients. So for example, last week I had 3 wholesalers. Every one of them are telling me they're having pop-up shops. These wholesalers do not order 5 bars. They order 100 and 200 Yoni bars at a time. Not only that, they've implemented my adult toys into their business. So not only am I going to have to give you all these bars, but I'm going to have to make sure that I get these bars to you on time, 2 days prior to this pop-up shop, because you still have to have time to get them out the box, organized, the whole 9. So let me say this. It didn't matter how much money I made last week online. It didn't matter how many orders came through. My goal was I am going to have to bust my tail and get these orders out because these girls have to have these products for their pop-up shop. How can I disappoint them when these things are not there on time? So that's when the passion comes in, okay? So these are just some business tips that I wanted to share with you. I wanted to be realistic about these things. Another thing, so even when I speak of how I scaled a business in, 9 months to 6 figures, let me be honest again. Okay. So, 6 figures may seem like a lot of money, right? And so for those of you that are not hitting numbers, and you will, hang in there. But I'm just saying, for those of you that are not hitting a number and it's not, 10,000 a month or something like that. So let me just say this. Even based on 100,000 in sales, I spent $11,000 on postage. Did you hear that? I spent $23,000 on soap base. So it takes money to make money, okay? So even when you see those people and they're talking about I make 100,000 and I'm doing it, sis, listen to me. They may have made 100,000, but what was the cost of their living? What I mean by that, what was the cost of the means that you made there? Okay? So I want to be realistic and tell you these things. You can make it. You can put your hands on it. But if you're doing it right, it's going to come right back out your hands. Because the next level is you want to make a quarter. You made 100,000. Now it's time to make 200. Now it's time to make a $250,000. Right? So have you ever thought about the tax liability for making that type of money? If y'all want to play, let's play. But let's be real about it. But anyway, overall, like I said, if I was just in it for the money, those type things would, oh my God. Just to look at it on paper blows me away. Just to look at it on paper, it's like, what in the world? But overall, I enjoy. Nothing brings me joy like coming up with a formula for soap because so-and-so has to have that because they're having something, some kind of event, or, they're getting ready to add Yoni products, into their business that they already have running. And they chose me as their wholesale supplier. Nothing makes me happier than that. Okay? Nothing makes me happier than preparing your orders. Nothing makes me happier than answering your emails. Nothing makes me happier than the reviews that you send me. Okay? So these are just some tips that I wanted to share with you on how I was able to scale, my income, some of the things that I had to do. I had to invest in a brand strategist. I had to believe in me. I had to know that, there will be good days and there will be bad days, but I had to stand on what I knew. I had to master never comparing my business to yours. I had to master and know that God is able. If he gave it to so-and-so, he doesn't think of them any better than he does me. Personally, and I don't mean this to be cocky, I don't look at anyone like they're better than me. I don't. Because God don't look at us that way. He doesn't. Let me tell you the difference though. The difference may be, let's be honest, they're putting in more work than you are. They're more consistent. They didn't take a day off. You know, they take care of their finances a little better than yours. But they're no different than you, sis. I promise you. They're no different than you. Okay, so recently here, about January of this year, I had to invest into another, how do I describe him? He's a financial planner, something, right? He does all kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm not going to tell you his name. But anyway, I had to invest in him. And so let me just say, the amount that he charged me, I thought, this cannot be real. This cannot be real. Like, I could have bought a car with it. And I still got to buy my son a car because he getting ready to graduate. And I just dropped that amount of money. I was scared to even tell my husband the type of money that I had get because I knew he was going to say, why did you do that? Da, 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 da. And no lie, like I believed in the reason that I did it, but still, I know my husband and I know he was going to come after me and say, why did you do that? So, after I did it, no lie, I kind of second guessed myself, like, what did I do? Even when I was going in the bank and asking them, you know, to write this check out in this person's name, I was still sitting there just kind of dumbfounded, like, what am I doing? Are you serious? Fast forward to today, but God, it is June. This man, with the investment that he told me, you're going to have to do this. You're going to have to believe in me. You're just going to have to do this. Somebody needs to know you just going to have to believe it. You're just going to have to let it go. You're just going to have to believe it. You're going to have to know that, look, it takes money to make money. You're just going to have to understand and believe and have the faith that it's going to come back to you. I'm going to be honest. That day, I ain't going to lie, y'all. I was like, what in the hell? Moving right along today. Y'all, I'll give him that money again with a smile on my face like this for the way he changed my business. Okay? He taught me some things and showed me some things. Seriously. His company basically scaled my businesses. Like, there's no way I would have known that on my own. It just ain't no way. Because even the things that he required out of me, you guys look, after I gave him that type of money, I was still a little frustrated at all the stuff that he asked me for. I need this, I need that, I need to prepare this, I need that, I need that. And I'm thinking to myself, if you do not leave me alone after I did all day. But I thought to myself, you know what? I can't let that type of money just go up in smoke, you know. That's what I paid him for, and I'm going to have to get these things to him. Y'all, it got to the point where I swear, every time I thought about it, it took me days to even reply to his messages sometimes. I'm just thinking, is this for real? But today, I stand here to tell you it was real. I will be forever grateful to him. Forever grateful to him for how he changed the scale of my business. It takes money to make money. Don't be scared. And I'm not crying either, y'all. I don't know what's up with my allergies today. But anyway, but I had to learn, even though I'm never afraid to invest, but that was just a lot for me that day to not get anything back. You know, for that day to drop that type of money and I didn't immediately get a tangible. It was intangible, right? I didn't immediately see something. I'm like, what? So in this last month, I really understood what he did. And I'm like, bruh. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, the attitude I gave you, you probably should have said some things to me if you knew that you were going to do that, right? And he just laughed it all off and said, oh, Miss Nikwe, we just getting started. And I said, what? Are you kidding me? So anyway, I hope this video helped someone. I just wanted to kind of go over some tips and some things in business that you will encounter. I wanted to be a person that gives you like a realistic idea of what's going to happen. In the future, I will break down more of like what happened in this transaction. I kind of don't want to do it right now. But I will go over what happened because some business owners need to know exactly what he did for me. And I want to always let him know how appreciative I am for it. So whether that be a referral or whatever, and you can know from me, like I am the clout. Like he did it for me. So if you ever thinking like, if he charged you that type of money, you know, I always refer back to Tawana because honey, I wasn't happy either. But today, like I said, I'll do that in a second. Okay. So anywho, y'all, I feel like I've been talking to you for way too long. I hope this video helped. If you have not subscribed to this channel, definitely do so right now. I can get to 1,000. I can get to 1,000 subscribers really quickly. If this video helps you, why not give me a like? Why not? You're sitting here looking at me. You like for me to make these videos. Come on, sis. Why not? Leave me a comment. Those comments help also. All right. If you're not following me on Instagram, definitely do so. Make me over styles. Tawana's Yoni and Things. My group on Facebook, Tawana's Yoni and Things. Definitely join us there. If you are interested in opening or adding Yoni wholesale products to your business, definitely reach out. I'm mobilenotary@gmail.com. I will be your supplier for Yoni Pops, Yoni Pearls, Yoni Oil, Money Oil, Yoni Bars, adult toys, you name it. My goal is to put 100 women in business in the year of 2021, and I certainly can do so for you. So anywho, that's my time. I'm Tawana with Tawana's Talking Tips. Thank you so much for tuning into the video. And you know I'll be hitting you with another video very soon. Ciao for now.